Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 475, we're going to look at Elsha the Infinite. Wow, 475, we're getting mighty close to that 500. Elsha is 5 mana. I think what is the blue, red, white? Jeskai, I think. 3/3 prowess. And you can just look at the top card of your library. Anytime. I think I actually had a chance to play this deck the other night. Now, I think somebody infinite outed pretty quick, but I can't remember. I don't remember much about actually playing this deck. But you may cast the top card of your library if it's a non-creature, non-land, and you may cast it as though it had flash, which is awesome. So, I'll be honest with you. There was a few things that came to mind when I saw this. And what was that card at? Here we are. A spell slinger, obviously. But this Elsha presents us with an opportunity to do spell slinger things that we don't normally get to do. Yeah, we are playing with Gutter Snipe, Thing in the Ice, Talrand, Young Peasy, Wee Dragonauts, and Mercurial Geist. That's all the creatures. Everything else is non-creature. Now, you know that those pretty much trigger off of instants and sorceries, but there was enough instants and sorceries in the deck to justify their appearance, but I wanted to do things like, well, let's look at our mana rocks. First, we've got a Soul Ring. Now, every other mana rock only costs 2. I just used the 2 bangers. The Signets, and then the Talisman, and a Compass, and of course a Pyretic Ritual, because why not? But I wanted just the 2 mana rocks with the Soul Ring because I want the possibility of living the dream. You know what I'm talking about. Land, Soul Ring, Talisman. Of course that, draws a target on your head, but, it's all good. But other artifacts, because there are other artifacts that are, because Elsha just cares about non-creature, non-land, and you can play them at instant speed. Well, the Veilstone Amulet is a perfect card to put in there, because this way it protects Elsha, and Elsha gives the top card of your library flash no matter what it is, well, as long as it's non-creature, non-land, and suddenly they can't target her. The Astrolabe, Lob, it's a beautiful card. Yes, we are totally playing snow. Top card of my land happens to be snow, but all the basics are snow. Do we have Spellbook? Spellbook. Turmoil's Crypt at instant speed casting is just such a beautiful thing. Because it is one of those cards that nobody, if it's not on the table, nobody expects it. And Graveyard is, of course, there. Once you have our card pool that has the entire history of Magic, Graveyard can become a pretty busted thing. So, being able to flash that Turmoil's Crypt in from the top of your library and sack it to nuke somebody's graveyard mid-combo, that is living the dream. Elixir of Immortality, there again, it's cheap, it's 1 drop. Now, I want to talk about Whispersilk Cloak here because this is risky business. And you know what? I'm doing it twice. I'm doubling down on the risky here. Whispersilk Cloak is good and all for that unblockable, but that Shroud sometimes can be a drawback, similar to the Clout of the Dominus. It is, now granted you're going to want to put this on Elsha, but that Shroud, all of our things that target our own creature will be null and void at that point. So I almost don't want to put them in, and they will probably be taken out for better cards that to be acquired later down the road. I don't know. Maybe Eldraine will have something for us. But Shroud is, oh man, it's so tempting. But this brings me to, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this brings me to enchantments. And that's right, I did it again. Diplomatic Immunity, there's 3 of them. I think that's all of them now. But Lifelink, these can be played with Flash off the top of your library. Lifelink, Spirit Link, Magefire Wings is really good. +2 in flying, instant speed for 2 mana. Earthbind. Remove flying, deals 2 damage. The 2 damage part is kind of negligible. I mean, it'll kill a lot of stuff, yeah. But the remove flying part, that's why we're signing up for the Earthbind. And plus, I had the unlimited version, so I was like, yeah. Mask of Law and Grace. Pro Black and Pro Red. Now here again, we have to be careful with, because that Pro Red, and if we have stuff like our double cleave, that's going to... I'll tell you what, let's count how many, because we have 3 cards that grant Shroud. Let's count how many cards we actually want to target our commander with. Double cleave is 1, which is a really good one. Brute Force is another one, both of which happen to be red. Psychotic Fury is beautiful. I mean, is there a better card for a multicolor prowess creature? Also red. Bloodlust is going to target our own creature. It's not looking good, is it? Sheltering Light, target creature gains indestructible at the end of turn. Scry 1. That's obviously if they try to board wipe or remove it somehow. Bolt, because the rate is awesome. Snap. I mean, can also save our commander in a pinch, remove a blocker in a pinch. It's good stuff. Brave the Elements, both good offensively and defensively to protect your creature, or if your opponent has all green creatures, you can give yours pro green and they can't block. Double Cast, because I figured it should be in there. Now, Dramatic Reversal may not make the cut. Simply, yes, it's a great card, don't get me wrong. I don't have a Scepter in here. And I don't have a whole lot of, like, rocks or things. But what I do have is a Scroll of Masters. Because this also triggers off non-creature, so. And yeah, it costs 3 mana to activate, but this could do the potential commander damage blowout right here. Now, I'm playing with Mystical Tutor because is it not perfect for this deck? You can cast Mystical Tutor from the top of your library, and and then you can cast. The downside to the Mystical Tutor is it takes your draw. You have to draw the tutor, cast it. The card you get goes to the top of your library that you have to then draw the next turn, or the next time you would draw a card. It takes that draw away. Not with Elsha. It is perfect because it goes to the top of the deck. You just cast it from there. It's the closest thing to an actual tutor. So let's look at our card draw package, shall we? Because this matters. This matters a lot. Creatures you control gain trample. That's a good thing to have with a commander that gets larger. Oh, and draw a card. Preordain. Portent. Ponder. Opt. Gitaxian Probe. I am out of Brainstorms. Yeah, I know that's sad. Y'all were expecting Brainstorm in there. It's like the best of its kind. Thought Scour. Now, Thought Scour has a very specific purpose in here. And I hate that I've only got one copy of this effect. But that milling 2 off the top is actually very, very important. Now, this deck could use a Sensei's Divining Top, no questions asked. But, or, what's the card? The Scroll Rack. But those are you know, out of my price range at the current moment. But this will, because you're going to go until you like just get stopped by your second land. Because we're not going to play lands from our hand. Well, no, you may play non-creature, non-land. So yeah, we'll have to play lands from our hand. But as soon as we flip a land up on top of the library, we're stopped. So maybe we're lucky enough to get the Thought Scour, mill it away, draw a card, what have you. And that's why there's so many card drawing spells here too, because we can look at it at any time. And if any of these card draw spells happen to be in our hand, okay, the top card of my library is a mountain. So I'm going to cast Leap on my commander to draw that card to get a new one on top and hopefully keep going. Tormenting Voice, Faithless Looting, Shelter, Winds of Change. That's it's really nice. But I want to talk about probably one of the better. There was a deck, I don't know, 3 or 4 decks ago, and one of y'all noticed on there that I was not using a specific shadow card, and I forgot all about shadow existing. I did, I'll be honest. But this Shadow Rift fits the deck perfect because, let's face it, there's 1 or 2 creatures with shadow that see a lot of play. Now, Dalthy Embrace should see a ton of play, but it doesn't. And most of the time, giving your creature shadow just means it's unblockable. Now, removal-ish kind of control-y stuff. I don't know. I don't know what to call this. Y'all saw the snow. You know we're doing the Scred thing. Path to Exile. Vandal Blast. Smelt. Pyroblast. Silence. Negate. Now, don't laugh at the Unsummon. Because the Unsummon, I'm telling you, if people would have played Unsummon in Modern, I see this as defeating Hogak. Because anyway, different story, irrelevant. But if you just need to punch through one time, and they've got that one huge angel, dragon, whatever, they've got that one blocker, Unsummon solves that problem. Pyroclasm has been solving problems for years for me. Unfortunately, I walk into it also quite a bit. Now, Pendril Mist, you know I love this card, especially in decks where we don't have a lot of creatures. Yeah, we're going to pay 1 for our commander, maybe one of the others. But it's really good against token decks, of course. Now, all that being said, I've got 4 cards left here. You know what they are, don't you? Well, we should. Storm. We don't have a whole lot of storm elements, but if we're the prowess thing, the playing it off the top like it has an instant thing, all of this I can see playing 5, 6, 7 spells in a turn. Now, granted, this is not an early I turn 1 it's ritual storm deck. This is, you're going to have to be established and have enough mana to cast all this junk. So, yeah, I've got the Grape Shot, Empty the Warrens. Ground Rift is nothing to sneeze at either. Target creature without flying can't block. So, for 1 mana, to get a few copies of this, and it just says their team can't block. But my personal favorite Storm card for Commander is Ignite Memories. Because, y'all know, we're the format that plays the big 9 mana cards. Omniscience doesn't scare us. It's only 10 mana. But, yeah, by the time that we cast Ignite Memories, there's a good chance that the cards in our opponent's hands is not something that they can easily cast because they would have already done it. Or, maybe it's interaction. That's true. But there's a good chance, if that's the case, this is scattered. But if they are unfortunate enough to have that Villas or Enter the Infinite or whatever, even something small like a 4 or 5 mana thing, you can't take too many hits of 5 before it starts to really hurt. So let's look at our land base, shall we? Of course, we started with the command tower because it's 3 color. The Gateway Plaza, Mystic Monastery, might as well be in any color for the deck. Transguild Promenade. I just bought me another lot, I think 15, 16, whatever they had, of Exotic Orchards. I spent 39 cents on them a piece. These cards are outstanding. I'll probably pick up some more because I like to run the Orchard in any 3+ color deck, simply because it's just about a man of any color most of the time. And in 3 colors, you're always going to be able to use it for something, right? Of course, then irrigated farmland, Caldera Lake, Prairie Stream, Boiler Works, Stone Quarry, Rogue's Passage. Hey, it's kind of man intensive, but Boros Garrison, Meandering River, Windscarred Crag, Evolving Wilds, Swift's Water Cliffs, Is It Gilgate, Boros Gilgate, Azorus Gilgate, and of course the Sigiri Refuge that for some reason is not snow covered. I guess because there was not a snow covered theme, but you could sure look by the art that it would be snow covered. So that is the Elsha. Now, it seems like you either get the Stone Cold Nutter Butters or you don't. As I said, the one game that I have played with it, the entire table got overshadowed, and it was kind of an instant win thing. But it did go around the table, and we couldn't answer it, and it bees that way sometimes. There. Well, done with 475. Currently, I do not have any more decks finished. So I have got a couple here that are close. I think Rayami's close. I haven't really started on Promicon or Pramicon. You could say it a million different ways. I'm going to have to change what I want to do with Chainer because the stuff I want to do with Chainer is ridiculously expensive. Same as Carrot. But anyway, so I'll have to build the deck when I get back. I've got to go today. Day full. I'm going to try to see. I'm traveling out of state this afternoon, and I'm going to try to see if I can stop by some LGSs and I brought a couple decks with me. Y'all can see that some of the decks are missing. Those are the ones I'm taking with me. I took 6 to see if I can, just jam some games with people outside that I normally play with. I love that. I love playing different people. I believe as a Magic player, you learn something from everyone, and you get comfortable in your play group, and you know your buddy's deck, and well, if he's got 3 mana on turn 2, then this is but I like that unknown, out in the wild. But let's see if I can't jam some games, maybe find some cards that I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to hit up. There's one in Cape Girardeau. I think there's one in Poplar Bluff. I'm headed up into Missouri today. So after, of course, my test that I didn't study for. But so I'm gonna be gone for a couple days, and then when I get back, I'll have to build a deck. Maybe I'll have inspiration or find cards or whatever to finish one of these 6, because really I've got to finish these. Yeah, we're down to 6. Rayami, Gerard, Chainer, Keurig, Jared, and Promicon. Got to get those 6 done before Eldraine comes out, because you know what? There's 20 more in Eldraine. I'm guessing. But it looks like the monocolors have 2 rare, 1 uncommon. There's 4 brawl and 1 buy box. It's crazy. And there may be more. There may be more than 20. Because, you know, perfect cycles, they do sometimes, but not all the time. So who knows? This could be Throne of Kamigawa or whatever with just a stupid amount of legends. But anyway, it's fun. Probably don't need some more deck boxes, though. I've got those, what is that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got those 13. And I've got 4. Whoa, yeah. Good thing I looked. I need to order some deck boxes for Eldring. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. I just want to tell you that because it may be, you know, a couple of days before I get the next video out with one of these. I'm probably going to go with whichever one is closest to completion. So, it depends on what I can find the cards for in my 3-day trip up through the foothills of the Ozarks. So, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. And right now, I think we're going to shuffle and cut.